Hey, it's Megan Buer from Harmony Restored, and today I'm going to give you a 30-second trick that can stop anxiety. So if you suffer from anxiety or even depression or guilt or shame or just fear, any negative emotion, I'm going to give you a little trick that you can use. So, when you're maybe driving down the road and all of a sudden that panic or anxiety starts to hit and you know that you need to stop. Not that you need to stop, but you are really wanting to feel better quickly. And you just wished you had like a little tool or something that you could pull out and make things feel better. So here is what you can do. So you need to start asking yourself better questions. So when you're feeling anxiety, a lot of times what will happen is we start asking ourselves worst case scenario questions. So if you are driving down the highway and you start to think, oh my gosh, what if I have a panic attack? Or we start thinking about our kids and worrying about something, and what if something happens? What if my husband dies? What if, I don't know, whatever. Like, we can come up with a million different things. The questions that we ask in our minds, our subconscious is going to answer those. So the answers to those questions are all pretty negative. Like, what if our husband dies? Well, it's going to suck. What if we have a panic attack on the highway? Like, we feel like we're going to die. Not good. So we're going to answer those questions. So what I want you to do if you start feeling that fear is to start asking yourself a different question. So, and maybe, a lot of times the opposite of anxiety is joy and laughter. So let's ask a funny question. Like, what about this is funny right now? Or what can I do to enjoy this more right now? What is this experience teaching me? What am I getting out of this experience? What is amazing in my life right now? How blessed am I? And so start asking yourself a different question, because your body will answer those questions and then you'll start to feel better. So ask yourself different questions when you're in the moment. Another thing that I was thinking about is can you be silly or goofy in that moment? So if you are, a lot of times anxiety is coming from like working too hard, overthinking, being in your head too much. And the best way to get present and in the moment is to be silly and to laugh and to be goofy. And so finding something to laugh about, like again, asking the question, what's funny right now? What's something that we could, laugh about? So putting on a funny podcast or doing something that just gets you out of that mind space and back into joy and into the present moment is going to be really helpful. So using those, have that in your toolbox, put that in your back pocket next time that you're out and you're feeling fear or you're feeling shame or you're feeling anxiety or depression or whatever you're feeling. Remember, okay, I must be asking the wrong questions here, and start asking yourself some more positive questions and see how that shifts. Another quick little thing I did want to mention too is to not fear the anxiety. So that is something, so what we can do in that moment when it's coming up is to remind ourselves that I don't have to fear this experience. So anxiety or any other negative emotion is just a part of our human experience. It's not bad. It's not something that we have to fix. It's not something that even has to go away. It's something that we have to see differently. When we think we have to fix it or we think it's bad, that's when it gets really big and holds on tight and it feels like it's taking us over. But when we see it as just another experience in our human experience, and we see it as just a passing thought or a passing emotion, it doesn't have as much hold on us. So that's something else, like a little mantra that you can have in the back of your mind when any negative emotion comes up. I do not need to fear this experience. And it will just, the anxiety or the depression or whatever you're feeling will start to just melt away a little bit there. So hopefully that is helpful. Just wanted to give you these quick little tips. So when you're in that moment and you're feeling it and maybe you don't have your oils or you can't do EFT or whatever, you have a little something that you can do. Hope this was helpful, and have an amazing day, and let me know what questions you have. Thanks.